Welcome, Carbon Vibes. What is good, everybody? So, it's may sound a little weird in my voice because we have the SSL turned off, so I could give a proper demo of this here. Freaky Tussinn. This is just the first patch. Here, let's just skip around here. Let's go over here. So we're going to go through a bit of this. I'm going to explain a little bit about the process going through this. Those of you familiar with the channel know that we've been working on this for quite a bit. You know, an unfortunate thing happened, though. After renaming them all in the software, it didn't take. And I lost all the names, and I had to go through in the hardware and rename them all. And then afterwards, when I was operating the patches through the software, but in the MiniFreak, I did a drag and drop thing. I ended up putting them over, and I had to curate like 4 of them from scratch all over again. I had a backup to where I got it back far enough, but I still had to just make something new, which is cool. It's fine. Welcome, everybody. It's been a week since our last excursion. I wanted to make sure to go on later so we could catch Pro Synth Network. Shabba Alistar, welcome. Bass patches. Yeah, Tussinn bass. So as you can see here, I have all these knobs over here completely, hey look, carbonated. The reason why I have these knobs turned down here is because during this stream and for the demo, not going to adjust any of the settings. That's why we have the SSL turned off. So you guys are getting a non-adjusted to what, you know, I would turn it on and, you know, have the difference of, but these are what the closest representation of what these patches sound like. So the introductory price for these presets, it's pinned to the chat, are only $10. But here's the kicker. If you're a member, if you're a channel member, you get it for free, 100%, even if you have the Poverty Tussinn, which is only $3. So you could essentially get this for $3, cancel your membership, go on your merry way. No, that doesn't sound like fun, DL. I had to do that the first time I downloaded Native Instruments, actually. That was the first of the huge, expansive libraries that I did way back when, and it was just too much. It used to come with a drive Now they just leave it up to you. They're like, yeah, I'm sure you got space. If not, get a drive. A lot of these, so madness here, bit over here. Like the analog. I do a lot of sustaining notes. It is really representative of the Freaky Tussinn. Well, technically it's going through the SSL, it's just I don't have the 4K turned on, so that's why my voice doesn't sound as clean as it normally does. But that's fine. I mean, you can... Here, let's hear the difference just in this patch. So it's a little boost. I turned it off in case you didn't notice. Air Spider. Welcome. So if you don't have a MiniFreak and you would like access to these sounds, I will be putting a sound pack out with them. I learned so much about this MiniFreak. Not just going out there on the fly and doing it, but like the intricacies in the sound design, the sequencers. Hold on, let's go to a thing over here. Let's see. Got some sequences. Let's see what we got on another one. Got some. So what I learned, and I mentioned this before during the live streams when we were going through these. This world is a hero. Welcome. Yeah, that ARP is nice. And the other one. So check this out. So the Matrix here. I learned so much about the way that you could, after touchy, so you can make it just as soft as this, real subtle, or originally I set the sensitivity like really high. It's less high so you can play both sides of it. But yeah, the Matrix is the key to unlocking the like true potential. But there's also something to be said about the analog filters. We'll get into that in a little while. That was one of the beginning patches. Let me find, let's see, it's deep end. These are all dark, like organic textures, atmospheres, pads. It's mostly pads and got some bass, some synth leads. One of the leads. There's a double bass. How's that for our bass? It's not the one I was looking for. That was derived off of a... This one? My favorites, and that is one of them. See this. Don't have very many mono patches because I prefer like heavy, rich, like polysynth pads, but like God, after playing around, and it's funny because like after all that time of messing around, this one's in the strings. After all that time messing around, when I had to go back and rename all these, I tweaked them all again. All 140 on my couch. Pinch nerve. I set the release so far off on some of these, but it works. The furniture is levitating. Okay, so we got sequences. I kind of wanted to do more of them, but the pads are just so damn good. The real Tussinn. Doing great after the kayak stuff. I have some more video of the edits for the shorts, but I had to finish this out, and then Arturia put out their 4.0, and I was like, hey, it's perfect timing. Only I didn't want to stomp on Pro Synth Network. By the way, if you are a member of Pro Synth Network, I got a discount code for you, too. I just gotta run it through Robbie. The Tussinn is strong with this one. Those familiar with the channel will know that we really favor this sound here. So yeah. And it's pretty much as easy as this over here. Now, I didn't have this pretentious graphic that's over here in the corner. That's just the advert here. You know, when you go into your MiniFreak V, you have to go into the app. You know, when you go in there, you just go over here and go to import, and then wherever you have it. I have mine saved to the desktop for some reason. I don't have a shortcut to it anymore. But there it is right there. And so if I mean, I guess I could do it over here. It wouldn't be a problem because I'm running straight off the hardware right now. So here, yeah, screw it. Let's import it. And it'll just give me a duplicate of it. See? And there you go. It'll pull up this little graphic. It kind of blends in with what they have. But yeah, they don't really have much as far as what they have for the MiniFreak for patches and stuff like that. So yeah, you go in there and everything's labeled here individually. You could see the viral beats over here and all caps pretentiously. That was just an accident. And yeah, so I didn't space it out or anything like that. But yeah, I did go through and here, let me delete this this duplicate over here real quick. Let's see. Delete bank Freaky Tussinn 1. Yeah. I don't need to go back to it. So yeah, here's the original, my thing over here. So there you go. There it is. Go into it real quick. So, I mean, it's not going to play what I have clicked on it over here because I'm not connected. But that's pretty much all there is to it. So you just import it from where you got it from. So go on. Bad loves. Welcome. Cressa. Welcome. New to the channel. Synth Force is strong as fuck with this one. Yeah, you know what? We got some around here that we've developed called the Tussinn. And it started with the Roland Fantom, but it's kind of evolved into our thing. It's like dark, deep. Static on. Welcome to the channel, my friend. Sunrise Art. pretty dope stuff. I had a lot of fun. I took a lot of time. This has been like months and months of development. Yes, they do. So this is a whole thing. So what this does here effectively, if you do not have the hardware and you just have the software, when you import, it imports all the information for the patches. So all the data points are in here to have the patches dictated right on the software. So like goes to the air patch. That's where I'm at right here, right in the software. So the answer is yes. So if you only have the software, these will work. Now remember, you could get them as low as $3 if you join the Tussinn fam. That's not a sales pitch. It's just a happy accident. You know, I'm not trying to profit heavily on these, you know, but I do reward those who support. So everybody who is a member here gets these for free. Otherwise, the introductory sale for these is $10. It'll go up to 20 some other time. I guess I could show you guys what it looks like over here too. So here we go. Let's the link in the description pinned to the chat will take you straight to the thing. It's pretty straightforward here. Exclusive sound bank for the MiniFreak with 140 dark atmospheric, if there is such a word, evolving pads and heavy leads with deep bass. These presets maximize the sonic potential of one of the most beloved synthesizers on the market. The MiniFreak. Yeah, there goes the Tussinn factor. So here on this side of the fence, most of these are geared towards heavy droning, like... So this is another mono. Like I said, I don't do very many monos, but when I do, and the name of this patch is Tussendance. Just in case there was any mistaking on whether or not I named him. There's Tussinn all up in here. Now that's a question. Here we go. Mr. Spacely. The question here is, I love the sound of the synth, but to get the sounds, I could just update my Arturia collection and get the sounds. Is buying the hardware worth it? So these specific sounds are MiniFreak exclusive. I think you could probably pull out of like maybe the Polybrute. Um, yeah, I mean, in all fairness, though, you can do quite a bit with the V collection. You know, we got the V collection over here too. There's really a lot to go with. The hardware is worth it if you have a portability need. It's really easy to tweak out the stuff on the fly. Like most of the sound design is done with all of it. There's not, when I made these, there was not an unused knob or section that wasn't touched or somehow. There's so many filters. There's the LFOs. There's the digital effects are really complete. You have 3 sections of digital effects. So, you know, the ease of use and how quick and as well as the portability. You know, I did not put the vocoder patches in here yet. There are, let's see how many there are. Let's look at this together because I have updated this. So let me finish here with the question here. Yeah, so in theory, you could essentially sound design and, you know, get together, especially because the quality of sounds that were modeled on the V collection. So you could essentially get any sound you want out of that. True. Ease of use, cost efficiency, because it's, you know, pretty cost effective. If you'd rather have the software than the hardware, I mean, the software I think goes as low as $100. I think is what it cost, right? And then I think the standard cost of it's 300, and then the hardware is 600. So it just depends on your budget. You know, it's different for everybody. In my professional opinion, best in show, I would say that if you meet the price point to where you could achieve this, I would get the hardware just because it's really gone through these levels of development with it. So now it has the granular synth. Although I only used with a few of these. Let me see if I could find. Let me see if I could. There was one, I think it's in the beginning. You know, let me see. I think it is towards the beginning. I'm starting to really become familiar with this pack over here. Is it really that first one? Okay, so okay, so back to what I was saying. It's all up to you. User's choice always. I couldn't recommend this enough, and it's just, you know, it outclasses that in its class. Like this stands up to where like right up against the edge of like the $1,000 synth price point. So like I would prefer this up to like maybe like it just depends. It really depends. Okay, so like the idea of being portable with the MPC Live, but it's not bus powered like the MicroFreak. Okay, so it's got the same type of thing. Let me look in the back real quick and show you. It doesn't have as many, I think, because I'm trying to remember what the the MiniFreak had in the back for like CV gates and stuff like that, because I think there was more on there than there is for the MiniFreak. But that's the thing, like whatever this thing is lacking, really, like it makes up in moxie. In other words, does it make a sonic difference if it buys the board, uses stereo outs? There's no difference. Well, that's the thing about it. You know, if you prefer and think that you could get along more with the plugin, you know, on the MiniFreak V, you know, by all means. The hardware is more of a like user's choice thing. I do know people that just have the software. And as far as I'm aware of, and I can't be quoted because this isn't scientific and I did not investigate, so it's kind of weird saying something. Yeah, how you like them apples? Let it roll, see how far it goes. I think that it's the same sonically between the hardware and the MiniFreak V plugin, as far as I'm aware of. I believe it's the same sonically. We were talking about sonic quality, analog to digital. Yeah, and this is considered more of a hybrid because of the filters. But that being said, those same filter elements are transcribed, if you will, on the patches. So if you pull up the presets on the software, it stands to reason that all of those elements would be in there, because there's far more computing in like anything that you could do software wise over hardware. That's the benefit of software over hardware. You could achieve a lot more without spending a ton of money on chipsets and all that other stuff. And some people just want the sound. They don't really care for the hardware. And more power to them, to each his own or her own, whoever, you know. It's just one of those things. But, you know, computers are better than what you could put in a box. That being said, this is a digital synthesizer. It just has analog properties. And with the analog filters, it has that, you know, set on it. Let me get to the art phasing. This one. This one right here was the granular, I think. Wasn't that one? I'm trying to remember which one it was. There was one that was a granular. Okay. Fish boots. You guys want to hear fish boots? This is the fish boots patch. Like I said, it's not scientific. I haven't investigated it, but it stands to reason that sonically they're the same. Arturia especially, you know, has that capability to pull it off like that. That's not the one. Hey, you know what? You got to come up with names, and you're just like, when there's 140, you got to go through individually and make something that's fitting to the patch. I can't just be like VB Tussinn 001 002 003 Stingray. That's Stingray. See this one. This one's a granular. This one has the lick granular on, along with the analog filter. Another thing that I did with these, I've designed these to go the distance. And what I mean by that is that they're not exclusive to what I have here. There's some patches that you get, some presets that will only work in a specific setting. So if you dial outside of its setting, it just kind of sounds like crap. I built a lot of these to expand outwards. So, fiddling with the knobs will put you in a position to where you could, curate your own, or, grab your own ideas from and just, have a little fun with it. Like if you were to mess with the delay. Or say the distortion. The distortion's only part of the way up. You could really go up here. Insanity. So while I, appreciate the ever so expansive delay and reverb and distortion, have a little bit of fun, guys. Reconsider Music Sketchpad. Recon. Welcome. Yeah, tasty textures. Yeah, appreciate that. That's what we're going for here. One day in December. Welcome. It's funny because traditionally, when you guys see me on the MiniFreak, I'm over here, I'm like doing stuff real quick. It's kind of weird to to stay just within the boundaries of what the patches are, and I kind of like that about this stream here, and I'm gonna enjoy it. Yo, this patch is called Gnarled. That's the insanity right here. This. Because without it, it's a lot less crunchy. So, to answer your question, even though I only put up the 3 so far, I still got like a dozen more. It's just, instead of working on the edit, I had to go back and rename these all over again because the custom names that I made in the software didn't take for whatever reason, and it deleted my handiwork. So I said, you know what? Let me just rename them all in the software or in the hardware. And then I renamed them in the hardware. And while I was renaming them in the hardware, I started tweaking all the patches. So like I spent an extra couple of days tweaking these out, and then it's like, oh, the MiniFreak's got a 4.0 vocoder now. Update. I'm like, hey, that should work for the algorithms. No, I'm not recording automation into the presets. The ARPs are just okay. So the sequences that I did they're not recorded. I have them just set to the ARP settings, and then I use the delays and the granulars on here, and then the bounce back from those gives the ARP an extra boost, so it throws an extra sequence in there. Also, when you do the sequences here, you don't have to do them by playing them. So what I'm saying is that it's not completely automated. So each one of these represents a different type of setting that even on here, see, I don't have any going over here, but see it. So when I built the sequences, the few that I did, it was either this way, and then adding the granular along with whatever the delays and the effects were to it. Yeah, I did it that way. But there is also the way that you could do it to where you just hit record on here, and then it gives you the light goes along with whatever the tempo is, and then you play along with it, and then that gives you the automation data point. So if you, I think, I'm not sure if you could make the automated filter adjustments. I haven't dug that deep into it. With all the deep diving that I've done into this, like, it's only, what, year 2? Are we still in the first year of this damn thing? Like, it's been so much attention and so much fun with it. Let's go to mantra. And that was another thing too that I messed up on. I had this one, it was called Chanting, and I had already named a patch Chanting. So when I went, it was 139 because it wouldn't take the both of them. So I had to figure it out. My wife and I were sitting here at the last minute trying to figure it out. So that's why these weren't released yesterday. Yeah, I call this one Pog and the next one Log. I mean, some of the names are just that basic, but like, it's mantra and like, kind of like a choir. that's what we were going to do. Sorry, guys. I got caught up in my explanation. So, the question was about the patch, and I was like, hey, let's look at them now, and then I never did. These right here, 4.0. There are 12 presets. So I do not have them installed in here. And I do not have my cord handy. So, yeah. Maybe some other time. First class. First prize. First prize. Okay. Skipping around. We're just skipping around here. Here is 92 Raver. Even though there's a specific type and there's a style, there's a lot of classic synths in here. Yo, Destructo and myself, we were talking about it the other night, or last night, I don't know, whenever it was, and we were like, yeah, it's the 001 and the 002. Got the SSL on it. Whew. So we're gonna do a no talking exploration of these. I don't know. I'm gonna do it today, so it'll be probably midnight or something. Put it up. Me and not reading all that shit. Yeah, that's why they're just basic, you know. Sizzle. Sizzle. Pretty simple, huh? How about Slice Tussinn? Same thing, but more extreme. I mean, it's pretty different. It's just... Whew. Ones? Which ones? This one's the attack, decay, sustain, release, and then this is the tempo right here. So this is where all the effects are up here, and you know the 1, 2, and 3, and blah blah blah. Yeah. And then this is allows you to switch it from mono to poly to para, and then the unison. Yeah. Soft shell. Ooh, messing with the ambient 0. Trust my monkeys. Welcome. Is it going to make an appearance for Hardware Jams? I thought for sure I was going to see you on the drone one. Okay, so see these lines here? Oh, the buttons. Oh, it's part of the step sequencer. My bad. These ones right here. So 16, 32, 48, 64, the last step. So when you set the sequencer, it's not just the ones here. So when you play it, it goes through here. And then if you put more, oops, my bad. You can put more on there. So yeah, that's what it's for. It's for the step sequencer. My bad. Man, that ambient zero, how do you like that? You would appreciate a lot of these patches, man, because they really drone. I wanted to call this one Space Modulator, but it wouldn't let me. This is a Space Drone. Yeah, so you could essentially synthesize like a drum sound like an 808 and throw it in here and make a whole pattern with it. So yeah, I mean you could do the same thing, just you'd be isolated to the confines of the principles of here, but I mean with all these methods of tweaking out the sound, you could easily make something drum. I mean there are some percussive samples in some of the packs, I believe. And yeah, you could always just curate one and definitely use that and really go to town on it if you wanted to. That'll be the next step. The next MiniFreak pack will be the deep, deep dive. Now, full disclosure, not all of these were like, I mean, they were all built for sure. But not all of them were built from scratch. Some of them were tweaked out from the presets that I had, that I got, and like I said, not a knob or setting was not touched. So whatever I did, Arturia looks at it as if you do one thing, then it automatically changes to your name. I don't think that's cool. But it is what it is. If we're going to turn around and do something and make them available or whatever, we're going to go to town on the adjustments for sure. So yeah. Well, technically it doesn't have drums. I mean, whatever you have as far as presets go, you could do, but it is a synthesizer. And, with a synthesizer, you could synthesize just about any sound. If you just set your attack and release and sustain over here to a certain amount and just adjust the setting to where you could get a specific. I should do a video on that. Just going from an initial patch to a drum drum line or something like that, so you guys could see the whole process and just do it. But yeah, I mean, a synthesizer is a synthesizer. It synthesizes sound, so you could do, you know, like I said, you're restricted to the confines of whatever this, you know, the settings are on here, but you could do quite a bit with the settings on here. The analog filters go pretty far. Okay, let's see. Is it Spicy Bits? One of my favorites, for sure. I already did Splatter. Let's see, where are we at? ThinkPad, touched space. See, and that's the thing about it too. With the 3.0 update, they did put the sample menu in it. But as you investigated yourself, I think that was you, right? If my memory does serve, you'll have to... let's go to Victory is Me, the sequence. See, this is a prime example. So this came from a really weird patch, and I just tweaked the hell out of it. This is the sweet spot right here for this one right here. I remember doing a part of that on the during the live over here. I'm just trying to throw some diversity in the pod over here. Shooting sync. Analog filter and the FM filter on oscillator 2. Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Like, it's all said and good to get the samples from them, but they don't have like a whole library or something like that just ready for the samples, unfortunately. It's kind of like here, like when you go to the software and you look around, you go, okay, well, what's in the store here? The only one we don't have is the bass one. What is this one? Yeah, some bass contours or whatever. But yeah, this is what they have here. This is what they have for MiniFreak stuff. That's another reason why we put together this whole thing. So the sound banks that exist in addition to that are the updates, the 2.0, the 3.0, and then the Stellar Infinity that came with the MiniFreak Stellar, and then obviously our thing, the the Freaky Tussinn over here. And you could see in each one over here going in, you know, the info on it. It shows you. Why is it not showing that? So yeah, it shows you where things are and stuff. You know, it's an evolving pad from the Freaky Tussinn Bank. Designer is Viral Beats. So, yeah. So, yeah, they're getting there. You know, I imagine they're working on it. It's just, and I did email Arturia to try to release this through them. And, you know, we're not in the Cool Kids Club, so they never responded to us. You know, the contact they gave us, it was just like this pump faker. This is a mono synth. What you be saying now? Keep in mind, these are all before you make any adjustments. Did we do Past Echo? I ain't trying to do nothing. This is just kind of a side effect of making that. So here's the really like motivation here. Oh, where's that Mind Meld one? I have one I called Mind Meld. I like that patch. Where's that? I could probably see it better on the thing here. Oh yeah, they're all alphabetized now. I forgot. So the crazy part is, you name them all, they take your scramble mumbo jumbo and they alphabetize them. So what I did is I took them out of here and then I deleted everything to where everything that I have out here is curated. This is directly what you get in the pack because I too have imported the pack and threw it in here. This is Mind Meld. Oh, okay, cool. Take care. Mind shape. got some classic synth pads in here too. Most of it's dark. So radio keys, a sequence. That wasn't the one. That was the one from earlier. What's this one? It's like one of the last ones. One of the things I may have mentioned during the previous live streams when we were developing a lot of these sounds, the real magic in the filters here on the oscillators is combining the analog with the wave shaper. And those two make some really, really interesting sounds. And you could do a lot with the adjustments. I think these ones are mostly down. Let's see. So the analog one is first. Oh, there's not too much. But I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room there. Yeah, there's a lot of wiggle room in the wave shaper too. You know, subtleties and also flexibility. You know, you want people to be able to do what they want to do here. The wobble. That wasn't the one. There is a specific, it's like keys, I think. Is it elemental? Let's see. The Crazy Wabbit posted something about he's got the MiniFreak Stellar, right? And he was talking about the LFOs and digging into it, something that he didn't like doing. And then on further, the Matrix as well, and then digging into it was the biggest surprise ever. And like, I'm on the same side of that fence. Like, through this whole process, the one thing that I wouldn't say afraid of, but that was most elusive on the development was the Matrix, and it's what got the majority of adjustment in the end. All because jumping in like that. Ain't that crazy with them both together like that? It's like you think it's one thing, but it's another. I had a lot of fun with this. That is not the one. I'm looking for something very specific. Is it gnarled? Okay, we did Legend of already, right? Is it Polyzap? Maybe it's Polyzap. It's not Polyzap, it's something else. Wow, that was the quickest retraction ever. Stick it to the pump fake. See, it still rolls off that bass. Destructo! Did you write message retracted just so you could delete it? So it says message retracted, so your message retracted, the message retracted that you typed? Sounds like something you would do. Rather than just leave it blank or put a 1, you'd actually type out. Oh, was it glowworm? Hard to find because there's so many like really good ones. I'm sure he appreciates that in spirit, my friend. Spirit of an oxtail. This is Blue Arrow. Welcome. It is going to be in the mid-90s on Sunday and Monday over here. This is the glowworm patch. It is preset 55. Studio at AMFX. Welcome. Yeah, but it's also 98 and climbing all day long. You poor bastard. I think it's going to be up to 81 today. Yeah, even when it gets 95 here, it's going to be for like an hour, then it's going to go back down. That same day that it's going to be 95, it's going to be in the 60s at night. You see, up here, our weather goes away. Oh man, when I was younger, I hated those summers where it was like the monsoons. It was like 116 during the day and like 108 at 4 o'clock in the morning. Ugh. Jesus. Yo. And that's crazy too, cause like I remember those nights though when it was like in the 90s and 100s. But yeah, 80s at night is bugged out. It gets like that here sometimes when we get it real bad, but this glowworm patch is something else. I really like this one. That's one thing I like about the MiniFreak. It really plays like an instrument, like that you can really tweak out. Central air was invented for a place like Phoenix, or a place like the Southwest, I should say, not just Phoenix. Maybe on the luckier side of the Southwest, but the Southwest nevertheless. Whew. And as it's looking more and more like it, driving down there during the summer, yep, that's probably going to be a thing. Oh, nice. Yeah, so I know people that would be had it at that temperature and be like, already, turn on the central air. We have like a window AC in here, and it's not like a window AC type. It's like a standalone unit, but it puts out enough to cover the square foot of the entire apartment if it ever really gets that bad. But when it gets 95, we're probably just going to lock the cool air of the morning in and just not deal with it. We have weather windows that are double pane. Sorry, I've kind of just been droning on doing the same thing over here. I really like that one. Oh, here we go. Hi, H-I space capital B R-Y-D hybrid. Get it? Yeah, so if we have like a real heat wave, it does stay in the 80s sometimes at night, but that's not gonna show up here till like July. That reminds me, this little Tussinn is approaching 9 years old. Which means we've been here on YouTube for that long. as July 30th will be our 5th year anniversary, right? I think. Yeah, well. People don't understand that southwest monsoon. When I would visit my friends in the Midwest, they would be like, oh, it's a dry heat. You guys are lucky. It's like, yeah, for 3.5 months, and then it's a month and a half at least of grueling monsoon. It's like, but now it's changed to where you guys got a few months of monsoon. Still, though, you guys still get, 7 months of fall or whatever? It's pretty good. Yeah. Yo. Destructo over here showing his age in the chat. It's like my patukas. Just messing with you. Oh, here we go. There's 2 things here. I'm going to do one after the other. So we have darkness and lightness. So here's darkness. Yeah, and as soon as you get out of the shower, you're still sweating. You're like, damn, what'd I do that shower for? Because it's monsoon in the southwest. Zeus is about to hit you with the lightning bolt. I don't miss that, sir. I do not miss that. It's one of the reasons we moved up here. I don't remember the last time, I mean, never up here, taking a shower twice in one day. Trying to think if I had achieved such activity. Well, working at ABM I did a couple times. But that doesn't count. So this is darkness. Middle C, right? No, middle C would be right here because we got it down an octave. But middle C for this preset, because the darkness is in this range. Now let's go to the lightness. This is the darkness. This is the lightness. I take 3 showers. Man, you ain't got no winter. Fuck you talking about? You got summer and you got fall. Winter. Yo, if it gets winter, when's the last time has it dropped below 30? I'll wait. During the summer monsoon, I literally take 5 showers. Yeah, I remember what happened that one time. What was that, like 2 years ago? Whew. Be careful, my friend. Going out in the desert. Yeah, Carbon Vibes knows what that Southwest is all about. Yeah, no, I'm just fucking with you, man. Shit, we're running out of spring here. Before you know it, we're not going to have a spring. We had like a week and a half of spring, and it went into summer temperatures. But in all fairness, our summer temperatures are, 70s, 80s in the day. 40s, 50s at night. Yeah, same as Texas. Yeah, because no matter what part you are in Texas, you're in a hot as fuck zone. Most of New Mexico, too. Shout out to the Southwest Desert. Oh, yeah. When you get it behind your eyelids. When you get that dirt sweat, when you're like, and it's so much, you got your tears leaking down. You're like, oh man, it's not just sweat, and then it gets all stingy. Oh, I hate that. I fucking hate that. I'm traumatized for life because of that desert shit. I tell you. But you know what? You know what's crazy about that? When we go visit, traditionally we end up accidentally being stuck visiting during the warmer and hotter months. And I'm like, oh, there's such a relaxing, because born and raised, in Phoenix, it's just like, when we reach that Southwest and you're like, oh, I hate it so good. And you just miss it so bad. And it's like, oh, I'm so glad I'm going home after this. I'll just bask in it for a minute. We got a little Tussinn out there in the 108 leaving last time we left Phoenix. And he was 5 years old. And his pasty skin could handle that. But he loved it. He had a fun time at Saguaro Ranch Park for sure. I'd rather fall in a cactus face first than feel that nasty ass dirt all over my nostrils and ears and neck. Yeah, picture Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, Johnny Depp covering the races and shit. That's what it's like. And we moved before those haboobs came up. Now you guys got those that are a frequent thing, right? Yeah, the way that he looked and then dumping out his mug, that's the Southwest right there. Yeah, Vegas too and shit. Yeah, speaking of deserts, yeah. Nevada can get it too. Here we go. I named this one Lost Cube, and the reason why is because I use the granular synth, the raster, and it's up a lot. The reason why I have it up a lot is because I did this one. It's the raster, and it's the chords on the setting over here. So that's what gives it that sound. Yo. I'm surprised at some of the stuff you're able to tolerate down there, but shout out to you, my friend. You too, Carbon Vibes. Southwest desert dwelling folk. See how long I've been out of the desert? You should have known better than that, my friend. Oh, that's fucked up. You took a drink of it. Oh, man. Sorry. I didn't mean to make fun. That sucks. You're just like, fucking Arizona. Monoracer. What's crazy though is the way that the city is structured now in like Phoenix. It's just insane to me because everybody's like moved south, so they got these big, like 6-lane roads that like nobody's driving on. Shiny build. Yeah, that happens. And keep in mind, Carbon Vibes, that's a like 5 to 10 degree difference from Phoenix. But as far as I've seen and heard from our friends, there's a lot more pavement to bounce off of in a place like Two Stone. When I found this sound over here between the analog and the chords, I was like, yo, this reminded me of a Pink Floyd record. Let's turn the volume up on it. It's subtle. An evolving pad. I thought I was going to put it as a sequence, but I didn't. Yeah. And there's a lot of good indigenous trees in the area that you could plant to get some decent enough. Not just palm trees and shit. You got the yucca. And then grapefruits and yeah, dope. There's a couple of these presets that are on lower volume, but as you can tell here, they're high enough to make the adjustment work. Oh, yeah. Arizona heat definitely hits different than Texas, for sure. But in all fairness, too, I haven't been to southern Texas either, so I don't know what it's like down there. But yeah, Tucson's pretty close. Phoenix, most of it is the concrete jungle that just adds it just adds to the temperature. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to the front and see if we could. I'm trying to do ones that I haven't done yet. I've just been skipping around over here. Let's see what Digi wrote. Muggy in the south. Yeah, I would imagine that it kind of rivals like what, Louisiana temperatures like on the west side. I mean, being right there and everything. Yeah, swamp ass and shit. The update is on the weather report here. Last time I checked, it was 95 for Sunday and Monday, which is, it's not unheard of for the, I mean, it gets over 100 here sometimes. It's just going to be the hottest day of the year so far. It went down a little bit, 94, 92, and it'll just be brief. 85 today, huh? That's up. Yeah, so then it'll be in the 70s, perfect temperatures, in my opinion. I love the 70s. Gets this warm, like in the high and mid 80s, it's great because there's such conflict with the atmosphere. There's all this wind that blows around, so it makes for a great evening breeze. Just keep the windows open all night and all morning. It doesn't start warming up till around, you know, like noon, 1 o'clock. But then sun's also up until 10 p.m., so there's that. But even with the sun up that late, it's not hot. Definitely like that one. Yeah, so one thing about me, that you guys will realize, I don't do things that I don't enjoy. So like, I'm not going to make a preset that I'm not going to use or love. I like that temperature up here, 65, between 65 and 67. I feel though my ideal perfect is between 72 and 74. I think I like a little bit of warmth, but not too much of a sharp edge. But yeah, 65 and 67 is good. You know, days that it's high as 68, that's like a perfect day up here. You know, but yeah, once it gets 72, 74, it's like just a little bit, just for that little heat poking out. You could tell we're old, gang, because we start talking about temperatures and shit like, oh. follow wind. Follow wind. Crazy wabbit. You know, it's funny that you had that experience and posted about it. What time was it? It was a while back. It was a bit ago. What, like 12 hours ago or something? I don't know. Anyways. Good on you digging into the LFO and dope stuff. The Matrix was the thing that I was like, man. But then I started digging into it and started looking at some of the settings and started making the adjustments and everything, and I'm just like, oh wow. It's like, this is how Aftertouch happened. Okay, so check this out. Here, let me put a because I think did I do Afterthought? This one right here. Okay, so check this out. This was adjusted from another patch, completely refiltered and everything. And I had to pull back because the original preset was so dramatic. But the reason why I kept this in is because this was the patch that originally, being stubborn with the LFO, got to stop being that way and just explore. Yeah, for sure. The reason why this is so significant is the Aftertouch. This is all the Matrix. The Matrix is doing all this heavy lifting here. But it's so sensitive. It was even more sensitive to where halfway right here it would hit that Aftertouch. Which is crazy because it's not Aftertouch. It's just a setting on the, like, I don't know. I was poo-pooing the Matrix too, man. I was right there with you. And now I'm not. Now I'm like a huge fan because I've realized that the adjustments give it what is needed to give the illusion, so to speak, of true Aftertouch. So while you're not, having the Aftertouch, really, you are creating like a farcical Aftertouch, which is great because yeah, I had to commit to the Matrix. It's full of love, not hate. So to catch you up to speed here, Wabbit, the introductory price of these presets here are $10, but free to anybody who joins the channel. And I posted the code for it in the members only post earlier this morning. So you could get it for as low as $3 is what I'm saying. And then cancel your membership promptly. I don't care what you do or how you get it. So there's 140 presets here. And you're hearing them, so just pull up on the ding. MiniFreak is a keeper. It's going to the grave. Fucking A right. Sorry for cussing, guys, but like, you're right on with that one. Amplified. I thought it was the amp phasing, but look at, see how far it goes. Bowed metal. Hold on. Oops, I just cursed. My bad. Oh, wait. Now I gotta go back. That's 100 lashes with the LFO for me. I love that. Shout out to you, my friend. Bumpy road lead. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's been to the chat. Appreciate you, my friend. I should include a text file with like instructions or anything like that, but it's pretty easy here. I mean, you just go to the thing and, you know, import wherever and take it from the import, and it's right here. You pull it up and then, you know, shows up over here. And it's crazy because when you link your MiniFreak and it shows it right here, you could just pull up the whole thing, select them all, and just drag them and drop them right to your MiniFreak. So, yeah, pretty dope stuff. I'm going to hit a bit of guerrilla marketing with this thing and do a preset no talking exploration as well as like an advert for it, and then that'll be it. This was the chanting one that tripped me up from the other one. The one that I had is, what do I have to change it to? Something or other. Yeah, I don't know how long going through 140 of these is going to take, especially with the way that I get lost in the sauce. I tell you, I get lost in the sauce in all these, just doing a few of them. See, that was one that was on the granular. See, how much was that on the granular? Yep, that was a high granular and the analog patch. This is one out of maybe a half a dozen that I did on the granular. Again, we weren't too heavy on the granular with these presets. These presets are mostly pad. And analog sound. Fish boots one. Oh, I really like the fish boots. I just really like the name. I was like, fish boots. I was like, this reminds me of being out in the boat with the synthesizer. I was like, it's fish boots. Stingray. want to. It's not necessary. I have it in there just in case, but it's not necessary. I think the graphic pulls up automatically. But if not, you do a right click and add image, and you could just add that PNG to it. It'll be fine. It'll be good. Appreciate you, Wabbit. If that is your real name. Oh, my pleasure. I had no idea, even after doing the Freaky Tussinn or the converted Tussinn pack, I even said during that time that might be it for the sound design thing. And oh yeah. No. I was making a wisecrack, but yeah, it does give me that, doesn't it? Your secret's safe with me, sir. It was being out in the lake in South Dakota that really, had me thinking about this, because I was tweaking out these patches, and it was just so, awesome to just, effortlessly and so quickly be able to tweak these out. And I loved some of these presets, and I was like, okay, these are real cool, but tweaking them out, and I was like, really, I have a very specific style. And, if you don't know it by now, it's that darkness. It's that Tussinn factor. So the Tussinn's that low crunch deepness, that goes along with it. So, like the gnarled. So like I said, is my pleasure for sure. And, figuring out the capabilities of this synthesizer while being out there, there is nothing like playing this in nature. Even before we went out to South Dakota, having this locally out in nature really had me considering the connection between some of these patches and the capabilities, and I was just like, yeah, I gotta do a pack for this. And then since then we've been working on it, and it's been, God, several months now. It's really been several months, and we're all the better for it. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. Enjoy. It's quite the wabbit hole. Sorry, you left yourself open for that one. Take care, my friend. And also, like I said, I'm going to be doing a long-form, no-talking exploration as content that'll probably go up midnight Pacific Standard, so... What I mean about that sonics here, the saw wave and the granular with reverb, delay, and some flanger. So that'll about do it for here, folks. I see that Sarah Tuill just went live, and I think she's going to be demoing her and previewing the album, so I would like to listen to that. So that's one thing. Got some pretty decent content coming up for you guys. We're going to do the hardware jams, which is an LFO challenge. We may or may not be on tomorrow, depending on how things go. Yeah, I appreciate you showing up here. And yeah, just figured I'd put you guys on notice. And this is all without the SSL. There's no color to it, you know. It's just us and the presets. So shout out to Arturia. They do not sponsor any of this content, and we haven't gone through them for any of this, unfortunately. But shout out to them for making a great synthesizer that has motivated a guy like me to even do sound design within it. Appreciate you guys coming through. Make sure you leave a like on your way out, subscribe, do what you can to support the channel. And right now, the biggest support, you can get this Freaky Tussinn for as low as a $3 membership. And cancel promptly if you feel. For you cheap bastards out there. There's a little something for everybody. So don't mind the guerrilla marketing campaign that's going to be levied upon this channel for the next couple of days. But it'll be great sonic fun. We're going to be doing more around here as we increase the activities and throw up some more of these shorts, because we got about a dozen left to go just on the kayak stuff. The Freaky Tussinn has arrived. Time to get some Tussinn, time to get some Tussinn, Tussinn. Time to get some Tussinn, time to get some Tussinn, Tussinn. Time to get some Tussinn, time to get some Tussinn, Tussinn. Tussinn! Take care, everybody. Appreciate your Studio 8 effects. Everybody else who came through. We'll be seeing you soon. Appreciate y'all. Take care.